welcome back to the channel. I've got an update on La Palma. This is the island off the coast of Spain in Africa that is, if you don't know, has been volcanically active for the last, it's probably been 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. And from what I gather, these things, these quakes, volcanic eruptions are intensifying. And I saw something strange earlier. I actually had my sister message me and ask if it was true, because she asked if there was actually a 5.0 earthquake. And I've got a report here that says that it was a 5.5. And it wasn't measured too deeply. I think the deeper readings said that it read 4.8, but nothing has exceeded 4.0. I mean, it's been in the 2, 3, 4 range. So, and now we're getting aftershocks and quakes around. Some are reporting 5.1, 5.5, 4.8. So it seems to be intensifying. But the Canary Islands, this island has a fault line going right through here, this area. It's like this whole little section, this little corner of the island. And of course, it's on a mountain, and it's like quite a distance from the ocean. And if this were to break off, this is what scientists have been warning about, that this could fall into the ocean and cause a tsunami on multiple continents. And yeah, so it's just, I'll put a link in the description for a video I made that goes into more detail about what's going on with that. But apparently we've had a 5.5 last night or this morning at 1:08 a.m. So we have that. And I had to, when I looked this up, this is what was interesting. This is what caught my attention. When I looked this up, the results, no major news outlets are covering this that I can tell so far. I'm going to check back again, but I had to dig in the Google search results to find this. And there was only one site that was covering it. And the danger that this poses is just, like I said, I'll put a link in the description for that video that goes into more detail. I'm not going to go on a tangent about that right now, but this is not good. Okay. If this little section splits off, it's just not good. We're going to have tsunamis. That could reverberate in the oceans for days or weeks. I mean, it's just not good. But I'm going to, I also have one other thing I want to go over here to show you this. I found this on YouTube from a few days ago, and this, you just have to see this for yourself. This is the live feed being interrupted. I thought this was really strange. That they would do something like this.
Potentially
check this out.
Take some time. Is there any consideration that the president would declare a national emergency, have the military help?
Here is the volcano erupting. Got a live feed going here, and here in a few seconds you're going to see the intensity of this eruption just go through the roof. And as it does, they cut the feed. They cut the feed and then looped it back around. Cut the feed and looped it back around for some reason, while still saying it was a live feed. And then they cut to
meat and any goods that they want. He understands, and we all understand that daily costs as much as wages.
So it looped back around and showed, it seemed to edit out the explosive eruption and go back to where it was just barely erupting. And then now we have it cuts to Jen Psaki at her press conference. It was just really strange. I'm also working on like 10 videos right now. I think I got a little overextended. There's just so much going on, and I'm going so many different directions. But this coinciding with all this is we got this blood moon this red blood moon, which you've probably heard news talking about it, but this is pretty significant because it's the longest one we've had. The one that, it's lasted longer than any blood moon since the 1400s. It's like the 15th century, like 600 years ago. This happened like this, time like this, but check this out. If you don't already know about this.
Well, stargazers are in for a treat tonight with a blood moon set to make an appearance. It last happened in May, but tonight the moon will be glowing redder and for longer. The best time to catch a glimpse will vary depending on where you live. Those on the East Coast will get the best show. For more, we're joined by astrophysicist Brad Tucker. Brad, good morning to you. Just how special is this partial lunar eclipse this time?
So the amazing thing about this one, I think, is not only is it going to last a while in some locations, some may be able to see part of it for an hour and a half, but as the moon rises, it's going to rise this ghostly reddy orange color. So, instead of having a bright yellow full moon, it's going to be this ghostly pink red moon rising, something that is, I think, a spectacular sight to see that very few of us, if any, have ever seen.
We all saw it in May. It was amazing, but this time around it's going to be slightly different. When is the best time to see the blood moon, and how long do you think it will last?
So the best time is to get on it at moonrise. So depending on your location will vary where moonrise is. That's kind of anywhere between 7:40 and 8 o'clock, an hour earlier in Brisbane. Peak happening about 10 to 20 minutes later. So peak when it's in the majority of the shadow, Earth shadow, and that reddish, orangish color, very technical term. And that...
Okay. This is, to me, this is a sign. A sign of what exactly? I'm not sure, but if I were you, I would take these signs very seriously. I believe in these, but, we've got, it is the longest blood moon since 600 years. And it appeared in the skies of USA, Japan, and Australia. So here's another not too great, kind of pixelated, but you get the point. These things happen. They're just rare events, astrological events that happen. And what's also coinciding, this happened yesterday, and I just think it's funny because. Well, it's not funny, but it's a little weird because everyone, is talking about the Rittenhouse case, and that verdict came in not guilty. So that coincided with the blood moon. And you say, oh, well, it's a court case. Every major city is now in danger of riots and just unrest right now because of that verdict. And I'm not going to dive into the politics of that right now. I was actually that was one of the videos I was working on. But what needs to be said, you've got the blood moon and then you've got these riots and just unrest. It's like this unease has been building up and been coiling like a spring. And also coinciding with this, these have been going on around here. I'll show you some footage of Portland. Here's what's going on in Portland. We've got rubber bullet guns. Some of them that may be a real shotgun. One of those was a real shotgun, I think. But it's turn that down a little bit. Yeah. You're not happy. I don't know if you could hear that. Saying burn everything down, every city, every town. Yeah, you get it. It's just this is an anarchist type of energy to this. He's not just talking about like, hey, we gotta take things out in this city. We gotta just decimate this. It's every city, every town. This is the mantra with these people. But Austria, and I've got Austria. I got some pretty crazy stuff going on here. Check this out. This is just they've basically what's happened is in the last 48 hours they have now said that anyone who is not vaccinated cannot even leave their house, is not supposed to leave their house. So technically, vaccinated people are allowed to wander the streets, but you know, you get into like who's up to date with their boosters and all that stuff. It's just like it's a big mess. That's going to be a big mess anyway. But you've got people who are unvaxxed who are just you know out there, and they want to take the police on head on. I think, pretty sure they want to limit gatherings, and people are just crowding in the streets. But this is going on yesterday. This clip is from yesterday, and this is coinciding with the riots starting in America. It's just weird to me how all this is, you know. We got this stuff going on all the time, but it just seems like it's a little more concentrated right now. And then we had that. It's just a little funny to me. And like I said, I don't know what these signs mean, but they mean something. They mean something big is coming. You know, it's just, that's the way I take it. I don't know. I don't claim to know, but these are definitely signs from God. But we will see how that pans out. But this is Austria. I'm going to play a little bit more of this. Okay, so Austria, now we have France here. This is Paris. I think they're trying to limit. This is a yellow vest rally. It's their 3rd anniversary, and I think they're just trying to limit gatherings, and the second they see these people, they're just trying to crack down on them. They, you know, and people are just immediately having a reaction. But, oh man, it's just crazy. The worst of it, I would say, that I've seen so far is Rotterdam. Now here's Rotterdam. The police, well, they've done the same thing over here, and it's anyone who's not got the potion, the magic potion, is not allowed on the streets. And they don't want mass gatherings, period. And you've just got mobs of people running the streets. Check this stuff out.
Oscar 18, dat is wel geregeld. Oscar 18, Oscar 18.
Pretty sure that's a water cannon. These people look like they're just walking down the streets. They just, anybody they see out, they're just blasting. A lot of, you're going to see in some of these clips, it's just people look like they're just minding their own business and they get blasted with a water cannon or hit with rubber bullets or whatever. Yeah, hard to say, but this guy here has just got his hands up. He's got his hands up, and he looks like he's just saying, like, dude, got nothing to do with it. Leave me alone. And they just start chasing him, and he starts running. Right here.
Er geldt een noodbevel van de burgemeester. Iedereen dient zich te verwijderen uit het centrum. Of er wordt geweld gebruikt, of u kunt worden aangehouden. U dient zich te
I'm pretty sure in this clip, if you look, the second or third guy through here gets whacked. He wasn't even, as far as I can tell, he wasn't even doing anything. He just gets whacked. Check this out. I think they whack him in the chest. Pretty much anybody on the streets is just an enemy of the state now. I don't know what the laws are like over there with policing and the use of physical force, man. But the guy was just, he was not a threat. He's just trying to squeeze by, and they just whacked him with a. That's just crazy to me. Like, just to get hit like that with one of those batons. But.
Kijk, dan waken banden in de kokerij. Dan draai ik even.
Show this next clip of a guy. He just looks like he's, I don't know, I don't speak the language, but it's kind of a similar situation. This dude's gonna get whacked with I think he gets hit.
Hey, dat door! Ik loop voor de rennen dan! Loop er door! Zo, die deed pijn. Ja, Dries, doorlopen! Ja, ik loop toch door? Ja, nee, rustig. Fijne nachtjes, boys. Zelfde, groetjes. Loop rustig.
You got police cars on fire. They're smashing their windows. They're doing all kinds of damage. But the cops are also being just a little bit ridiculous with the force with which they're responding to this. This is just crazy to me. Like it's mostly police cars that I can tell. I wanted to do a more extensive video on this, on just the riots and everything specifically. And then I was going to do a separate video on the earthquakes in the volcanic activity too. And then, all these were going to be separate, but they just coincided. a lot with it. And then you have this blood moon happening. I wasn't even going to mention that, but just I wasn't expecting anything to happen. But all this stuff is just happening since yesterday. You had the Rittenhouse verdict, and then things are starting to escalate in the U.S. And now we have France and Austria and the Netherlands, and Rotterdam is just they're calling it a war zone now, basically, and they're just fighting these lockdowns. And it's just tell me what you think. There's just a lot of crazy stuff. Kind of a rush video, but just keep your eyes open. I'm going to be working on some new stuff, and that'll be coming soon. But just like and share if you enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.